Hello and welcome to our session on rediscovering beauty in the family, beginning at the dining table. This is Agnes Fernando. Please stay with me as we delve deeper into this topic. There is so much that we can learn from the beauty that arose during the 16th century, known as the Baroque period. It was a period in history where beauty flourished in painting, in sculpture, in architecture, in music, including beautiful garden landscapes. And seeing beauty captures us with awe and makes us feel that there is something bigger than ourselves. It makes us feel that there is something bigger than the confines of our little world. Beauty draws us closer to the transcendent. It draws us closer to God. When the church was threatened by the Reformation in the 16th century, it was able to protect the Catholic faith and traditions by building beautiful churches and drawing people back to appreciate God's majesty through the arts. Now, in our times when the family is severely being attacked and threatened, when a lot of marriages are breaking up, it is time to rediscover the role of beauty in protecting our families and marriages today. Well, you might argue that it's very expensive to spend on beauty. Yes, there is a cost to pay to beautify our homes. But no, it doesn't have to break our budget. It doesn't have to be very expensive. When we commit to look for ways to add beauty to our homes, it can be as simple as adding music to our homes, adding plants and flowers here and there, adding maybe lamps and candles in certain areas of the house, or we can change our curtains and tablecloths into something more colorful. It really is just a small price to pay, and yet it may do wonders in making everyone in the home feel special, feel more loved, feel more valued, feel served, because somebody took the time and effort to make the house a little bit more beautiful. Especially now when the external environment is so toxic, when the trend is towards putting other people down, making people lose hope, confusing us with so many ideas against our identity, our values, our dignity. And sometimes people see others only for their usefulness. At worst, seeing people as objects. Against this tide of filth, our home is our secure refuge where we look forward to finding ourselves once again, to rest from the burdens of laboring so much from the demands of our work, to heal from the hurts and injustices that each day brings, to restore our confidence and enthusiasm for life, and a place where we rediscover our path once again, our vocation, our commitments, where we learn to lift once again our gaze from the ordinary to something higher. In other words, to learn how to dream once again. Home is a place where in the middle of the pandemic, we feel so privileged to be locked down with the people we love the most and being able to spend more time with them. When we are at a loss or we don't know where to begin in order to incorporate beauty in our homes, if our time and budget is limited, and if there's only one area of the house that we can work on or choose to immediately prioritize, let me suggest one area. Start at the dining table, because it is the place where the family members gather together for our meals, where we meet our physical needs for food, but it's also a place where beauty can help feed our souls and our relationships with one another. Let me show you two kinds of a dining table. One is a functional dining table that meets our family's basic needs. Now let me show you a second dining table where we let beauty do its powerful role in adding ambiance and joy to our dining experience. It is really heartwarming and nice to see a very beautiful table set up at home. I have a very good friend, Irene Insigne, who's a homemaker extraordinaire. And I asked her if she can share some photos of how she sets up her dining table for her family meals, even ordinary meals. And of course, she arranges it more elaborately on special occasions. Personally, I also try to do something to transform our dining table from something that is initially a functional dining table and adding just a little something extra to transform it and make it more aesthetic by adding a little colorful tablecloth, some flowers, and changing the chairs. It really sets the tone for a more enjoyable family mealtime. A beautiful table setup can lead as a starting point for conversations to take place. It feeds not just our need for physical food, it feeds our relationships, it feeds our love for one another, it feeds our search for meaning and happiness. Look at how Bernini has designed the altar table at St. Peter's Basilica with its magnificent columns and canopy. Just looking at it makes one breathless in awe at the beauty of the altar table, and we sense the grandeur of God's presence in our midst. Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, in his message to artists in 2009, said, "More and more clearly we can discern the frightening impoverishment which takes place when people neglect beauty and devote themselves exclusively to utility." So let us move beyond what is merely functional and efficient and useful and incorporate a little bit more beauty and aesthetics in our dining table, something that makes us more human and something that can make family life happier. And we, as mothers of our home, are entrusted to be custodians of beauty. We cannot neglect this role because we are strong witnesses to love and hope. Let us see beauty not as something that is extra or optional, but something that is essential because it is a hedge of protection for our marriage and our family. And it's an expression of our love and commitment to the well being of each member of our family. It may be the spice that you can add to your family life and make it more exciting and enjoyable. It is like an orchestra that unites the different personalities of each member of our family into one beautiful and majestic communion of life. And remember, for families, beauty begins at the dining table.